All right, let's see here. Oh, guys. Guys. It happened. It happened against my will. No, I'm not happy. I don't hate polls. I don't want people to be going into that mode. I've said from the start, in polls we trust, and the only way I'm okay with this is the fact that Ryan Poles has done extensive work in evaluating quarterbacks. He was obviously a part of what happened with Caleb Williams. Now, I don't see it in Caleb Williams. I've made that abundantly clear. Caleb Williams is going to have to prove himself to me. So, am I happy today? No. This didn't go according to what Adam wanted, but Adam's not a scout in the Bears room. Adam's not Ryan Poles. Adam's not anything in the Bears locker room. I'm just someone who tries to dive into analytics. And what I see is a player that has too many of the same flaws that Justin Fields has. And so we don't know. So that's a thing to point out. Right now, we do not know if Caleb Williams is going to be the Bears quarterback. The Commanders have made a ton of moves that show that they're going to be aggressive in trading up to 1. So if anything else, right now, the Commanders are going to have to put up more than ever to trade up to number 1. If it was 1, 236, 240, and a future first, it's going to have to be more than that now to get the Bears to come off of Caleb Williams. And maybe Ryan Poles has already made his decision. Maybe he hasn't. Maybe his decision is simply, I've seen enough of Justin Fields where I don't see the things that are correctable. I don't see this time to throw, the drop back, the hitch. I don't see that being something Shane Waldron can fix. I do see Shane being able to work with Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels or XYZ. So the reality is, all this means is he's moved off of Justin Fields. It doesn't mean he's moved on to anybody. We'll find that out in a month and a couple weeks. But yeah, I'm wrong, guys. I'm wrong. I'm not right about everything, and all I do is pull up analytics. And what I do see is analytics that show me I'm worried about Caleb Williams being the Bears quarterback. He didn't win in college. And so for me to say that Caleb Williams has to win me over, I think that's pretty fair. But I don't have hate for Caleb Williams. I've made that open on several different things. When I was on the Windy City Breeze, I made it very clear that I would still be a Bears fan. I'm a Bears fan first and foremost, a hardcore Bears fan. I love the Bears. This is what I'm all about. So I'm not at all going to get on here and tell you guys to be opposed to Caleb Williams, because I'm not going to be opposed to Caleb Williams. I'm going to make my message today in polls we trust, because that's what it is. It's 100%. He is the GM of this team, and he has put his stamp down today and said, I'm making my decision. I see it this way. I see it as the Bears moving forward in a new direction with a reset quarterback clock. And now there's a ton of flexibility next offseason. He didn't want to do that fifth-year option. All right. So, yeah, my biggest concern right now is Justin Fields is going to be Steve Young. He's going to go to the Steelers, who's already a great organization. He's going to beat out Russell Wilson. And he's going to take the Steelers to the playoffs. The Steelers need some wide receiver help. Justin's going to the same situation with no wide receivers. So I'm going to say that first and foremost. Justin Fields got a raw deal, 100%. I don't think anybody will disagree with that. Caleb Williams is now, if I'm Caleb Williams, I am bending over backwards, killing myself to be the Bears pick. There's never been a better situation for a first overall quarterback. Now, other quarterbacks have walked into good situations like Brock Purdy, but no number 1 overall pick has gone to a team as stacked as the Bears are. To have DJ Moore and to have Keenan Allen with anything else, and Cole Kmet included, he's coming into a dang good situation. And I did see the tweet from DJ Moore. Business is what it says, and that sums it up. Business is business. That's what this is. It's a business decision. And guys, I'm right there with you. I'm pissed. I loved our quarterback. To me, Justin Fields was my quarterback, and I'm upset about it. But at the end of the day, I want this to be resoundingly clear. I'm a Bears fan, and the analytics that I do is because I want to look into and pry and dig deep into this team and see where we're headed. So I'm going to do that for whoever the Bears pick too, and I'm going to keep doing that, and I'm going to keep being a Bears fan. And yes, I'm still going to go to the Cardinals game and the Niners game, and I'm going to go to Indy and possibly a Bears home game this year. But I do feel like absolutely Justin Fields got the raw deal, and he did not get done right. I don't think that's true at all. I'm ticked, guys, too. Let's see. The Bears upgraded from Trubisky to Fields, and now the Steelers did the same. Yeah, of course, Chicago going to be pissed. We blue-collar, hardworking. Yeah, Justin Fields is the epitome of what we want in a quarterback. Put your head down, go to work, military mentality, improve every year. And he did, and that's what I showed on this channel. He did. He improved every year. Ryan Poles, at the end of the day, has to make business decisions. And for him, with how he sees this rebuild, he sees it as that quarterback clock being an important thing, and he sees what he's built up around the quarterback as being able to bring someone in. I'm not going to go as far to say that's Caleb right now, because right now I'm telling you guys, Washington is going to put a haul on the table now with the Bears possibly being able to pick Caleb Williams. They're going to make it so that they're going to have to do everything they can to make Ryan Poles come off of Caleb Williams. So this doesn't change the fact that we don't know who the quarterback is. And if you're going to ask me what my likelihood is, I'm going to say 90+% right now it's Caleb. Otherwise, you wouldn't have traded Justin Fields this early before you see his medicals and everything else. You really see the tape. You've got your guys in the war room breaking him down and saying, we see enough of the off platform and we see enough that all these people that were saying Caleb had a raw deal in college with his line and his situation, Poles must see the same thing. Herbert is our next quarterback. Hey, I'm not downing the idea that we could still bring a veteran in. That could still happen. I don't see it being Justin Herbert. Why did I listen to you? I hate you, Adam. I hate you. Guys, I'm just like anybody else. I'm not an insider. I'm going to give my input and decisions and my analytics on it. And hopefully you guys can take that and do what you want with it. You don't have to listen to me. But I'm going to keep doing breakdowns. I'm going to keep doing analytics. I'm going to keep breaking down players. In fact, I was releasing a video on Brian Thomas right now, and then I pulled it back because in there I talked about if we trade down for a haul to 11, that would be who I want us to go after because he's an elite X receiver that's not in those top 3 receivers. But guys, I'm going to take some lumps for this, absolutely, and I accept that, and I see it. My analysis was wrong on what Ryan Poles sees. Now, it might not be wrong on Justin Fields. He might go to the Steelers. He might win them 3 Super Bowls. Guys, we don't know. The fact is, he's a hell of a talented athlete. He's one hell of a quarterback. I love his cannon for an arm. Other coaches said that all the time. When we played Cleveland, they could not stop raving about how good he is, how dynamic he is. That just doesn't take away from Justin Fields. And there's going to be some pissed people today. There's going to be my initial reaction. Yeah, I was upset. My buddy called me and actually broke it to me before I saw it on Schefter. I was doing the video on Brian Thomas, and I hadn't seen it yet. He called me, and my pit of my stomach sunk because I love Justin Fields. I really see him as a blue-collar, hard-working, go to work, put your head down, just the epitome of how I try to live my life. And it stinks. It 100% stinks. Bar done, it's a tough day for me, but I want fans to realize that above anything else. Ryan Poles has put us in this position to do this. We couldn't have made this move. Justin Fields would have been our quarterback if we didn't have the number 1 overall pick. I guarantee it. He would not have been moving off of him this year. He may have picked someone else to come in and compete with him. If we were down at number 10 or 11 or 12, he may have taken J.J. McCarthy to come in and compete with him, Michael Penix to come in and compete with him, but we wouldn't have been trading up for Caleb Williams. This is an opportunity because we have such a good GM that did what he did. Yeah, guys, beat me up in here, but please keep it respectful to other people and respect each other. This is not the funnest day for some fans that are huge fans of Justin Fields. It's not. But That doesn't change the fact that the Bears are in a phenomenal position. Absolutely phenomenal position. Now, we get to pick the number one quarterback in the draft this year. And whether I agree that he's the generational talent of the next 20 years, I'd rather us be picking number one, not because we suck, but because we got draft picks, just like this year. In 2026, I've already made that video known that I really like Jordan Mailata, and I butchered his name there, Mailata, or space in his name, the football royalty in Manning, Arch Manning, one of those guys. But we get to do it this year, and we get to reset the clock, and we get to take probably Caleb Williams. All right, I'm going to look at what some of you guys are saying. It's cool. Polls did do right because Justin is gone. Be the future of Pitt with Russ. Decides to lay down. Yeah, he gets an opportunity to fight against Russ, and I think he is a better talent than Russell Wilson. Wilson's obviously not a scrub, but there's a genuine opportunity for him to go to Pittsburgh. So you're right. That is a good. He gave him an opportunity to go somewhere where he can fight for the number one job, and Russell Wilson's on a 1-year deal. I don't know if they'll pick up Justin Fields' 5th-year option at this point. I don't. Nobody knows what's going to happen there, but don't know if that's going to happen. Feel like it's a lose-lose. We're not in a lose-lose, guys. I'm going to say that right now. We're not in a lose-lose. We're in, excuse me, we're in a short-term lose for me. And Ryan Poles is in a definite decision-altering moment right now. He didn't take this lightly. This is a moment where he is putting his stamp on this team, and now he rides or dies by it. And it would have been the same either way if he rode with Justin Fields. But now he's going to extend his career. He's not going to be fired on year one. But do you think the Bears still are competing for the? Yeah, I do. There's never been a. So do I think the Bears are competing for the playoffs this year? 100%. Are we going to win the division? I really thought we would with Justin Fields. I don't know with a rookie. A rookie's going to have a learning curve any way you slice it. But never has a rookie had a better opportunity to come into that learning curve than the two top wide. He's got 2 number 1 wide receivers, 2 of the top 10 wide receivers in the NFL that he's walking into. And he's got Cole Kmet, who's a top 10 tight end. He absolutely has every opportunity to shine. And he could very well be the first 4,000-yard passer for the Bears in his first season. 100%. Even if he struggles for the first part of the year in adapting to the NFL, he'll be playing in those preseason games. I'm going to be wanting to go to a preseason game and watch him in person. I'm not anti-Caleb, guys. I'm not. I do see things that worry me. I do see red flags. But there's going to be that with any prospect. And there's things that I don't love that I see him because I do see him as a JV version of Justin Fields. But just like in high school or college or any other level, a JV player can ascend higher than the varsity player over time. To me, this just sets us back a little bit. Now, that learning curve is going to be accelerated by the fact that he's coming into this situation incredibly accelerated from where Justin Fields came into. If Caleb Williams went into the Patriots, he'd be coming into something similar to what Justin Fields went to. Now, again, we don't know if it's going to be Caleb Williams, but I don't see any other reason that we would trade the pick this early unless it was Caleb Williams. Yeah, Poles did do Justin Fields dirty. Yeah, kind of. Because he still has a chance to compete in Pittsburgh. If he went to Philadelphia, he wouldn't be competing year one. If he went to some other places, he wouldn't be competing year one. He can compete in Pittsburgh. So in one respect, he didn't do him dirty. He took a lesser. We don't know. He could have gotten higher. He could have gotten higher calls from Philadelphia. Maybe Philadelphia offered us a future fourth with conditions to it to come up to a third. We don't know that. So did he do him dirty? I think dragging it out this long did him dirty. I think it really put a lot on him, leaving him in the gray, as he talked about. He clearly wasn't not in the gray, because my view on that is if he wasn't in the gray, then clearly he was communicating with him saying, you weren't being traded, don't worry, go on vacation. That was wrong. Maybe he said go on vacation, get away from this, but all right, some of you guys want me to talk about some of the other quarterbacks. We'll do videos on that. That's going to be a big thing moving forward. Bo Nix, I like Bo Nix more than other people like Bo Nix because of his quick release. And his style, I think, will translate to the NFL easier than some other college quarterbacks. He had a lot of run game mixed in with the passing. It's not just a bomb it out like a lot of colleges, just airing the ball out nonstop. So, damn, Adam, I trusted you. Guys, there's going to be half the aisle right, half the aisle wrong. And I promise you, I'm still going to bring you analytics and deep dives. And I'm going to be fair with Caleb Williams or Jaden Daniels or Drake May or Bo Nix or J.J. McCarthy or Michael Penix. I'm going to be fair with whoever the quarterback is. My opinion was clearly that I wanted Justin Fields to remain the quarterback of the Chicago Bears. Adam didn't get his wish. Adam was wrong. We are in an amazing position, though. Let me get down to some of these guys. I got to see some of what you... Caleb Williams plays like Johnny Manziel in some ways. Yeah, he's got a little quicker release and he's a little built better. I'm gonna miss Justin Fields one. Me too, guys. I'm gonna follow. I wish he came to Vegas. If he was gonna go somewhere, I wish it was Vegas. I really do. That would have been fun to watch him still here, but I'm not. I wouldn't have switched to be a Raiders fan. No, I'm a diehard Bears fan. Like, I've been a Bears fan my whole life, and I've been through much worse than us trading Justin Fields. We've been through some rough seasons, guys. This is not going to be a rough season. This is going to be a fun season still. I'm still freaking pumped about this season, 100%. All right. Boom. Man, you guys are moving through this chat quick. I can't keep up with you. Glad you know. I'm wrong. I mean, what else am I going to say? I'm wrong. I'm 100% wrong. I saw it a different way than Ryan Poles did. There's no way for me to backtrack that. My analysis of it was, now I'm not wrong on my analysis of Justin Fields. He has improved every single year. That's provable. And in a dirty pocket, he's improved significantly. One of the best in the league. He was top 5, top 7, top 10. So I'm not completely wrong on Justin Fields, but I'm not right in the aspect that he was worth Ryan Poles keeping over him choosing a number 1 quarterback. We only have 4 picks, so you're going to see. I'm probably going to say with us picking up Gerald Everett, that means probably Mercedes Lewis on a 1-year deal. Or a similar league minimum contract, because we don't have the salary cap, so that would be filled by that. Probably not the significant line improvements. I do see us picking up a lineman in the draft, probably a tackle, maybe even the first round. Man, if Ryan Poles really loves someone enough and Joe Alt falls to 9, 100% he could. I still see us trading down from 9 now. We could still trade down from 1 if the Commanders give us enough and we're not sold on Caleb Williams. 100% we could do that. So there's a lot of options to go through here. I'll break down some analysis of that, give you guys my takes in separate videos of what the best path for the Bears is. And it's all going to depend on what Ryan Poles feels about Caleb Williams. And that's what it comes down to. But if he's trading Justin Fields this late, but then again this early, that means that he's seen enough where he likes a quarterback enough to come off of Justin Fields, which would mean that I really do believe it's Caleb Williams, guys. I really do. I think it's Caleb Williams at this point. And no, Poles is not dumb. He's done so many good things. He's done so many. I mean, he's transformed this organization to put us in a position to where we are. Hey, Robert, see you in the chat, man. Robert Schramm. Dude, doesn't take away from the video this morning. Your analysis, it's just as good as everybody else's. It made sense, dude. It absolutely made sense. We certainly, you nailed it. We certainly don't know better than Ryan Poles. In Poles, we trust. We were all in the gray. We were all sitting there in the gray. So that's why we look that stuff up and we come up with our predictions and our decisions. Bears better become a Super Bowl contender. We absolutely have the ability to, guys. I mean, look, we have 2 top wide receivers in the league. We brought Dante Pettis back, who did well for us, and he's a kick returner now. So we have a solid kick returner. We have a starting caliber center, so I don't know if we're drafting a center anymore. Unless we trade down, that's not happening. We're going with him. We have 2 solid tackles. I really see him picking up another tackle. And if both guards stay healthy, we now have Bates as a backup guard that's better than Carter. I mean, overall, the team has definitely improved. Our defense was stacked last year at the end of the year. We've only improved that by having Kevin Byard. A defensive end is something we definitely need. We could take that at 9. We could trade down a little bit and still take. I mean, Amarius Mims in late first round is a relatively athletic freak. RAS score, I think 975. I'm going off the top of my head with stuff I'm remembering, so I don't have that in front of me. But Amarius Mims is an athletic freak who would be a great guy to compete with Braxton Jones and either be the left tackle or the swing tackle. Either way, we have depth now, so that's on. So I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. I do see one trade down still, but there might just be us taking those 4 picks. I'm looking over at the chat bar. If you guys, it's easier to look on the second screen here than the main screen. Adam, this is a master move. I'm 50 years old, Bear fan. Ryan Poles is trading the pick to continue building the team, getting a quarterback. I loved Justin Fields one. Yeah, we're reset. I mean, this is where he's setting the quarterback clock, and he feels confident enough with his new staff, with Beatty and with Waldron to be able to develop this quarterback, and whoever it is, probably Caleb Williams, to develop the quarterback and be in win now mode with a rookie. No other team has been in win now mode with a rookie more than this. I mean, this puts him right on the same ground as C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud had a worse poor pass percentage and a worse adjusted completion percentage than Justin Fields last year. The difference was he had all the weapons and he had time to do it. He had a top-ranked offensive line, and he had 8 players above average with their PFF grade as tight ends or wide receivers. Now, you've got Khalil Herbert, you got DeAndre Swift, you got Keenan Allen, you got DJ Moore, and I still think we're picking at least one wide receiver now. If we trade down 2, I would really love to see Brian Thomas now at 9 or a little bit later. If Rome Odunze falls to 9, then I mean, we're snagging him, no doubt about it. If we don't, I will be pissed at Fields. I'm still going to go live on draft day. Yes, guys, I'm going live on the draft. It's going to happen. But we still have a stacked team. I hate this so much. Caleb can play in the cold. I think you meant to say can't play in the cold. If Poles knew this, why wait so long to screw over Field? I don't think he did know. I think what this shows is that he wasn't decided yet. As much as we thought he was, I think he really had to go through the analysis and the breakdown, and he might have gotten the medicals from Caleb Williams. Now, don't discount that. That's something nobody's talking about. That's going to be something you're hearing from my lips probably first than anybody else's, but I thought about that beforehand. He said he'll supply the medicals to teams that he is considering drafting him. Now, they picked up Keenan Allen. Why not send the medicals as fast as humanly possible? He might have gotten his medicals done on his own and sent them over to the Bears. That's very possibly something that could have happened. And now Poles sees the medicals, sees enough tape, sees enough of the team analyzing and saying, you know what? Yeah, I do see some Pat Mahomes here, and I can't pass this up. I'm going to go down this path. We signed depth pieces. Yeah, we are a much deeper team, guys. You're 100% right. We are a much deeper team than we were last year, than we were in 2022, than we were in 2021. This team is leagues above where it was when Ryan Poles took over and when Justin Fields became our quarterback. Drake isn't even top 4. I don't disagree with that. I think he has the potential to be a top quarterback in this league, though, 100%. Quarterback interest for Fields wasn't much because of money due next year. I don't know if that's true, guys. I really don't. I think there might have been plenty of interest. The insiders didn't give you the whole details on that. Nobody knows how many calls Poles was getting. I think this came down to him needing to have his decision made, and probably the fact that Caleb hadn't given medicals. That's a big part of it. And if Caleb then sent his medicals over after the combine to the Bears, if Caleb was genuine, I mean, he sat up in front of the combine and said, why do I want all 32 teams to have my medicals? That was probably the genuine answer for him. And you're getting more personality with Caleb for sure, good or bad. That can be bad at certain times, and you're going to see that it could end up being a bad thing. So hopefully he has his PR team and everyone, but it can be a very good thing too. It was quite enamoring. It was appealing to people. It was popular when he sat down in front of Brendan Rice and answered questions. And, oh, man, think about that, guys. Brendan Rice at 75 as our wide receiver, ex-wide receiver. Brendan Rice did great with Caleb Williams. That very well could be what happens. We could take Caleb, trade down from 9, or even take a tackle or a defensive end at 9 and then take Brendan Rice, and we're actually in a good position. But sitting down there in his press conference, he sat with the reporters and with everybody else, and he was being personable. So Caleb, he does have some positive things to him. He is a talker, and he's very LA. He's very California. So he's gonna attract a lot of fans. He's gonna attract a lot of the younger crowd. Hopefully I don't want to be negative on Caleb. Yes, I agree. I have been negative on Caleb, guys. I point out his flaws because I'm comparing to Justin Fields because I got so freaking pissed off at everybody putting Fields down to build Caleb up. It's not necessarily that I hate the kid. I've said that so many times, so I'm going to make that clear. I don't hate Caleb Williams. I want him to grow up and to be like Justin Fields, to be that guy in the spotlight who puts his head down and goes to work and constantly improves. I just want to see him take that step now. So, Caleb equals Fields light, LA UGG. I told you nowadays. Yeah, let's hope he becomes Chicago real quick. Let's hope that he embraces this city, which I don't have any reason not to. Dude, you literally just had a guest on who said a Bears-Washington trade was already completed. Guys, we don't know everything. You can ignore that? No, I'm not ignoring it. We were wrong. What do you want me to say? We were wrong. Our take was wrong. You guys want to beat us up over it? Go ahead. We don't know everything. You overlooked so many of Fields' deficiencies to make your case. No, I didn't. I never overlooked Fields' deficiencies, guys. I said he's improving every year. So call a spade a spade. But the fact is, Caleb is not proven in the NFL. He hasn't taken an NFL snap. Justin Fields is proven in the NFL, and he's ascended every year. Do I think that'll stop? I don't. I think he's going to continue to improve, and he's going to be a hell of a player for the Steelers. Why'd you call people that thought Fields would be traded idiots? Okay, I don't think I called them idiots. When people were calling me stuff, I would dish it back to them and say, look, you don't know anything. I didn't call people idiots. Let's get past that. Still want to take a haul from number one. I'm not opposed to that. I just don't see if we traded away Justin Fields, that means we really did see something in Caleb where we see the potential for him to be Mahomes-esque. He did mention at the combine that he saw an arm angle. He was probably trying to downplay that he saw more in him that was similar to Caleb. So I think a lot of fans right now, I'm going to say this right here. I think a lot of fans need to start wrapping their heads around the idea that Ryan Poles probably sees something in Caleb that's special. And so we're going to do some deep dives on this. I'm absolutely going to do some deep dives on it. I've watched every single snap of Caleb's tape in college. Every year, from Oklahoma to USC. I've watched every snap. And what I concluded, on my opinion, was that Caleb Williams is a junior varsity Justin Fields. Now, I said it earlier in this, if you didn't catch it, just like in high school, those JV guys learn, grow, improve, and become the varsity guys. So that's the hope right now, is that this JV kid can learn in the NFL. Now, it makes me wonder why we've made the moves we have. Tyson Bagent and Mark Rippon are not really what I want to bring in for Caleb to get him accelerated quicker. But off the top of my head, I'm not thinking about which veteran would be perfect for that would sit in a backup role and accept that. So I don't know off the top of my head. Let's see here. I'm really thinking. Let me get this one. I saw one. Whoever they draft has a lot of pressure on them at Chicago media and fan base will not be giving a lot of leash. I can't help but wonder if he goes after Jimmy Garoppolo for the quarterback room. I think Garoppolo signed with the Rams today. I'm not positive on that. That's a headline I saw before I saw the Fields news. I wouldn't be opposed to that, but I don't think that's an option now. The other part of that, he is going to have a lot of pressure on him. You can't avoid that. You saw that on Justin Fields. The Chicago market is one of the most brutal. Outside of LA and New York, which probably competes with them too, there's probably not a more brutal market to come into. So absolutely, he's going to have pressure on him. And I think as fans, we do need to give him some leeway, but there's going to be pressure on him. And I still expect us to make the playoffs this year with this team. I do. With everything we've done and added, I expect us to make the playoffs. Larry Pazal, who wears 13, T. Scott, Allen, or Caleb? I think Caleb already indicated he wants to wear 0 or 1 in the NFL. I think he said that somewhere. I could be wrong on that, guys. So, again, it's not a foregone conclusion we're taking Caleb. I'm going to preface that. But I do now believe that's 90% or above that we're taking Caleb. That's going to be my take on this. Hugo Mion, man, I don't know if I said your name right, but appreciate that, man. How have you not deleted your YouTube account yet? Okay, I don't appreciate it as much. Because my account is based off doing analytics for the Bears. It's not off one player. Now, obviously, I fell in love with Justin Fields, and I love Justin Fields as a player. Why would I delete my channel that I'm devoted to the Bears for and do everything to try to understand the team? Why would I do that? It doesn't make sense, but you have every right to make your comments, Hugo. You go right ahead. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Adam, I am very sad. Guys, I share that sentiment. When the news came to me, oh, my gut. It did. My gut dropped. It sunk. And look, I'm not over-emotional about this. I didn't start crying, but I was disappointed. I was frustrated. It took a minute. I was on the phone with my friend, and frustration is the best word I can say. It didn't go the way I wanted it to. It felt like the same cycle over and over. Let's take a young, talented quarterback that needs development out of college, who was already that was his draft profile, was he needs to be developed, and then watch him develop and get him developing, and then it wouldn't have happened if we didn't have 1-1. That's all I'm going to say. And that's a lot. I mean, think about that from Ryan Poles' standpoint, to have 1-1 2 years in a row and not make the playoffs any of those years and be building the team up the right way, pass on quarterbacks 2 years in a row. That's a hard thing to do. Inability to tell the truth. I don't know if I've lied, but Caleb will be the 5th best quarterback in the draft. Guys, I don't know about that. Look, Caleb. I've said all along Caleb Williams was the most talented. Now, one of my analyses is I said that Drake May and Jaden Daniels had certain traits that are stronger than Caleb's. But I've said all along, Caleb is the best quarterback in this draft. I just didn't see this as being the best draft class, and it's been overhyped. I do believe from 2021 to 2026 that there is a deficiency in really elite quarterbacks. Now, obviously, some quarterbacks can come into the league in the right situations and shine. For a rookie, C.J. Stroud killed it last year, but he was put in such a sweet position, similar position to whoever comes into the Bears this year. It's going to be very, very similar. There's no reason a quarterback can't come into this team and compete for the division and at least make the playoffs as a wild card team at worst. Caleb, Jaden, or Drake, it's going to be, yeah, I agree with you. It's going to be one at the top. If anything, we would trade down one spot to the Commanders because they want Caleb so bad. And if we're not sold on him, we would need a haul to do that. It would be something like 1-1 or 1-2. 236, 240, 3-100, a future first, and maybe even more. Absolutely, I can see that being something. Hugo, respectable answer. Hope to see your growth. Hey, man, I do appreciate that, guys. And that's what you're going to see. And I want to point that out. That's super respectful. And I'm going to point out that's what this fan base is going to go through. You're going to go through some on Twitter especially, I'm already seeing it. You're going to go through some people being assholes. You're going to go through Twitter, I told you so, pointing fingers, ha, 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 suck it type of stuff. But then I think you're going to see both sides of the aisle coming together to support Ryan Poles and wanting this team. So in one way, this is such a huge thing today that this is over with. It's done. The quarterback controversy is over. It's done. It's gone. Justin Fields is not our quarterback, period. My orange 1 jersey is not going to be worn anymore. It's not. It sucks. It sucks. But it's over with. The decision is done. The decision. Today will be labeled as the decision. Jim Helms. Man, thanks for the super chat. Guys, don't feel obligated to do that stuff, but I do appreciate it when you do. I feel gut punched, but Poles said publicly that the playoffs is the expectation this year. So Caleb Williams better be up to the pressure. I agree with you 100%. The expectation is the playoffs. Caleb Williams is a rookie, so I do want people to realize there's going to be a learning curve. So when that schedule's released and we see the preseason, I hope they have him out there every single snap. Justin should have been taking more snaps in the preseason last year with a team that's trying to gel and come together. Our line last year didn't play a single game from game to game with the same starting 5. Now, not game 1 and game 7 wasn't the same, but from game to game, it wasn't the same starters in consecutive games. That's crazy. And Justin Fields needed more time in the preseason, and obviously you see the first 4 games, it got better after they had to jail, but Caleb could go through that learning curve. I'm not going to be the guy on here. I'm going to tell you this right now. If Caleb's our quarterback in week 1, he gets his ass handed to him, and he gets sacked 7 times, and he goes 14 for 30 with 150 yards and 7 interceptions. That's extreme. I get it. If that's what happens, I'm not going to be on this channel saying Caleb Williams sucked. We screwed up. We're effed. It's over. I'm going to be the realistic guy right now that's telling you a rookie has to come into the league and develop. But this team has the best opportunity to do that. Adam, you're awesome. All the naysayers are hiding and not real any analysis pros. Dude, love your viewpoint. Hey, I appreciate that, guys. There's positive here, too. I'm going to read some positives and some negatives. I'm not going to shy away from what you guys are saying because not egg on my face, guys. I was wrong. It doesn't mean I was an ass. It doesn't mean everything's wrong. I wasn't wrong about Justin Fields. I guarantee you that. Justin Fields is a special player. And I have every confidence he can go into Pittsburgh and be the starting quarterback 100%. We do not develop quarterbacks and ruin them. Stop it. I don't know if that's true. This is a whole new regime. It's so weird to see people put labels on places like the McCaskies are responsible for it. We have a brand new GM that's different than any GM we've had. We have now offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators, head coach, wide receiver coaches, quarterback coaches that are so highly touted in this league. They were sought after. Shane Waldron was the number 1 sought after offensive coordinator out of anybody this year. He was the most sought after. Everyone wanted him. So this isn't the place quarterbacks go to die. This isn't that scenario. This is a new Bears team. This is a new situation. We're not the old Bears. Where the old Bears is in we just recycle the quarterback, but maybe I'm going to be optimistic. Maybe this is the time that it's right. Maybe this is the time that it happens. Are they going to build the stadium? That's still years away, but yeah, of course they're working on the stadium. Can't get here fast enough for someone that played in SoCal though. Let's get that thing built so he's not in the cold. I'm not going to stop making jokes like that about Caleb Williams, guys. Go Cubs. Hey, I'm going down to the season opener in Texas. If anybody's going there, hit me up on Twitter. Let me know. I'm going to go down to the opening game. Putting myself in a win-win situation. If Caleb does good, then I win. If he sucks, then I'm right. Hey, Flanker234, thanks for the super chat. How about this? We trade down to pick 2, get the draft picks we need, and take Drake or Jaden. I'm all in favor of it. It's just going to take Ryan Poles coming off of Caleb Williams at this point, and we're going to know that relatively soon. If he trades 1-1, it's going to be before the draft. I truly believe that. I don't think it's going to be whether or not Washington puts up enough capital, and whether or not, really it's whether or not Ryan Poles sees more than one quarterback as being a franchise quarterback. That's what it's going to be. I think it's just written in the NFL future scripts that the Bears should never be close to playing on the Super Bowl. Man, I can't believe it's all the way since 2007. My oldest child was being born the exact same time we were in the Super Bowl. My best friend one of my best friends is a Colts fan, and my boy is 17 now, and that's just weird. That's the last time we were in the Super Bowl. It's got to change. That's got to change. We got to get back there soon. If I can't go through another rebuild, this better be right, Ryan Poles. We're going through the rebuild now, and we're not doing it with crazy splurging bad contracts. Ryan Poles has put up good contracts. There's good contracts on this team, contracts that we can get out of. I don't want to start another rebuild, so we better get this one right. He better get this right. Still no medicals or nothing. I don't know if that's true. If you guys have had that confirmed, what he said at the Combine was, I'm not going to give my medicals to all 32 teams. That does not mean that Caleb Williams didn't send his medicals to the Bears and other teams and send them out to teams that are potentially going to draft him. If Ryan Poles did this, it's my belief right now that he has the medicals on Caleb Williams, that Caleb's team sent them the medicals and had a board-certified NFL doctor do the medical to the same level at the Combine where they find those hairline fractures and the things that other people didn't find wrong, that they had someone do that on Caleb and Caleb sent it to the Bears. That's my belief right now. If this happened, then they have medicals on Caleb. I 100% believe that. Otherwise, we'd be waiting for those medicals, and this wouldn't have been done. But then last night you said they didn't. Well, last night I didn't know the trade pick was traded, so we're sitting in speculation, guys. That's what we do. All we can do is speculate when we're not inside of Hallis Hall, when we're not inside. So, yeah, of course I'm going to give my opinion on things. Unless I say something's breaking news, then I'm giving my opinion. So, breaking news, Justin Fields has been traded to the Pittsburgh Steelers for a 2025 sixth-round pick, conditional to 2020 or to a fourth-round pick if he plays 51% of the snaps as their quarterback. So he's got to beat out Russell Wilson, or Russell Wilson's got to get injured for us to get that moved up to a fourth-round pick. Absolutely garbage, in my opinion. The only reason that Ryan Poles would have done that for Justin Fields is if he was doing right by Justin Fields. If he was sending him to a situation where, guys, like it or not, the Pittsburgh Steelers go to the playoffs every single year. Mike Tomlin is an amazing coach, and he goes to the playoffs, and he's openly said he loves Justin Fields. So this is a good situation for Justin Fields. Ryan Poles did not do Justin Fields dirty. He did right by Justin Fields with this trade. If anything, he probably sacrificed a higher draft pick to trade him somewhere that he knew they wanted him. Steelers know how to build a team, 100% they do, and also realize he sent him to someone in the AFC. So Ryan Poles obviously realizes Justin Fields is a threat. Sent him to the AFC. He didn't send him to the NFC. And breaking news, he's gone. Justin Fields is no longer a Chicago Bear. My favorite player on this team is no longer a Chicago Bear. Who's my favorite player now? Who's my favorite Bears player? It would be two of them. I really like Montez Sweat. I was a defensive end in high school. It was my favorite position to play. Montez Sweat, I like his humility, his personality. I love when you see him in the locker room talking about Matt Eberflus, talking about team cohesion. He's just that same mentality that I love, that Chicago head down, go to work, put the work in, be the best you can be, and just be humble. I like that. I also love DJ Moore. I love seeing him as a dad. You guys know, Bear dad. I'm a dad, and I love being a dad. It's my favorite thing in this life is being a dad. And so I love DJ Moore when you see him out there with his little girl. He's got 2 kids, I think. But when you see that, so DJ Moore and Montez Sweat right now are my favorite players. And I have a DJ Moore jersey. I don't have a Montez Sweat jersey. I was actually trying to hold out and get a Marvin Harrison Jr. jersey before I pick my next one. That's probably not going to happen now, guys. Marvin Harrison Jr. is not a Bear. I was in the works. I actually had uploaded a Brian Thomas video. I think I just missed a super chat. Sassy Squatch 207, thanks for the super chat, $4.99. Again, guys, don't feel obligated to do that, but when you guys do, I will obviously highlight it and go over what you said. I did too, guys. Sassy Squatch, 100%. I was so excited to see what Justin Fields would do with this offense this year. Having DJ Moore and Keenan Allen and Gerald Everett and Cole Kmet and a pick somewhere in this draft of a wide receiver. Oh, I was so excited to see what Justin Fields can do. You saw him last year. He wanted to be the first 4,000-yard quarterback in the Bears' history. It's not going to happen. Hey, maybe he doesn't sign with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Maybe they give him a 5th-year option, and somehow down the road he comes back to us. That's a pipe dream. It's not going to happen. That's just me dreaming because he was my favorite player. But anyways, so the man bra thing, guys, I see that more attitude in man bras. So I had someone go look back at that video that I put out this morning or whenever it was. Yeah, it was this morning with Robert. And in there, they explained that is a medical monitor. So while he's working out, that gives a bunch of medicals while he's working out. So, yeah, we make jokes, and I'll still joke. Even if he's our quarterback, I'm still going to make a joke that he was man bra. If we trade with the Colts at 15, the Colts are taking Brian Thomas. If we trade with them, they'll trade up to take Brian Thomas, KEU. Colts fans, go look on Colts wires right now. Colts fans are in love with Brian Thomas. And, guys, man, the breakdown. I might just put it out anyways tonight, the video. It was under the assumption we were trading down to 11 because of what we talked about with Robert. It didn't age well. Maybe I'll just re-record it and just change the stuff so it has Brian Thomas's stuff in it. But Brian Thomas is a beast. He's a wide receiver 1. He just needs to be developed. And what better situation than to come in to Keenan Allen and DJ Moore to help develop him. He's a freaking monster. Guys, if you look at him, 4.34, 4.33, 40 at 6'3" and 210 pounds. And the biggest perk of him, I'm ruining my video. I'm giving the spoiler alert. The best thing about his separation, Jaden Daniels had one of the highest passer ratings in the league, which is why he won the Heisman, and because obviously they killed it. But 143.7. Brian Thomas Jr. had the highest that I can find so far. Now, I haven't done a deep dive on that, so I'm still looking. But Brian Thomas had a 152.7 passer rating when targeted. The dude can get separation and get open. So that's not what this video is about. Dude, your credibility is shot. Your opinion's shot. My credibility is not shot. My opinion on Justin Fields staying for the Bears is shot. That's not happening. Breaking news, he's gone. So my opinion's shot, but my credibility is not shot. You can take your opinion and do what you want with it. That's what I'll say. I'm still going to have the same spunk, guys. I'm still going to have my attitude. I was so sure, guys. I was sure. I was confident in my decision. A lot of us get that way. The national media was too. The national media got it right on this one. They get it wrong on so many other things, but they got it right on this one. You guys too. You guys, honestly, we have the best fan base. I'm calling it now. You're going to see the fingers pointing today. You're going to see people, I was right, you were wrong, that type of stuff all day today. And you're going to see the fan base come together now because the pick is Justin Fields is traded. The quarterback controversy is over. I'm eating my crow. I was wrong on Ryan Poles' decision. That does not mean I was wrong on Justin Fields. Justin Fields is a hell of an athlete, and I really believe he can go to Pittsburgh and win some Super Bowls. I'm not kidding you one bit. I need to have some mods in here. You guys can bash on me. That's fine. I want you to have fun with it. That's what sports is all about. Don't get your language out of hands, and don't go crazy on other fans in there. Do it towards me, but don't get out of control. I said the same thing in relation to the video this morning with anybody, with either side of the aisle. Don't get that way towards other fans. Let's play nice in here. And second thing, if we do pick Caleb Williams, don't crucify Caleb Williams. Let's give him a shot. That's what this fan base is all about. We want a Super Bowl team. We have a chance to pick 1-1. Let's take this opportunity and trust in polls, and let's bear down. Bearing down is the basis of my channel that I've started. Heading in a purposeful direction, having a purpose of where we're moving forward. And Ryan Poles has made his statement today. He's put his stamp on it. I'm not buying a Caleb Williams jersey until he proves himself to me, guys. He's put his stamp on it that he wants his say, and that he is going to do what he wants to do to build this team. And he's done that the whole time, and he's not going to do it out of fear. He said that from day one. He's not going to do it out of fear. If he wins a Super Bowl, I'll paint my nails. All right, little secret. I get my nails painted all the time by a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old. All the time. Now, I wash it off that same night, but I'm not going to go out in public with FU on my nails, but I let those little girls paint my nails nonstop, and they love it. And I let them put the curling iron on my hair. I don't have any hair to curl, but so that's besides the point. But someone saying, I'll paint my nails if we win a Super Bowl, you guys go right ahead. I like it. I hate my life. No, you don't. You don't hate your life. I'm sick. I'm sick too. When it happened, and yeah, I do agree with you, David Flowers. This is a money move. Ryan Poles has some big things in mind. This will save us roughly $3 million on the cap, guys. I'll do some more cap videos. All this does is save us $3 million. This isn't a cap move this year. It's that he wants to build a certain way for future years. We have a first, 2 seconds, and a third next year, and we will have a ton of salary cap next year. We're still in really good shape. Poles better be right is spot on. Yeah, I agree. Poles needs to get this right. But guys, remember, Ryan Poles was part of the team that helped evaluate Patrick Mahomes. I don't see Patrick Mahomes in Caleb Williams. But let's get this straight right now. Nobody else saw Patrick Mahomes in that draft either. 2017, I think is what it was. We obviously saw Mitch Trubisky. So nobody else saw Pat Mahomes. So if Ryan Poles was part of the team that analyzed and saw Pat Mahomes, and he says, I see enough in Caleb Williams to make this decision, then I trust Poles. If we are picking a rookie, why sign Rippon? I don't know. I don't know that one, guys. I really don't. I do know Mark Rippon is very respected for his film room and for his presence in the quarterback room. I do know that. He's not a scrub. From Boise State, he's always been someone who can analyze and break film, so I don't think he's coming in to compete with Tyson Bagent, and I don't see him as a veteran presence either. I don't see that. Jimmy Garoppolo would have made a lot more sense, but I'm positive. Someone mentioned that earlier. I'm positive that he's gone to L.A. Do I want to trade down to number 2? I don't know. It just depends on. I would like the haul of picks. I like the idea of continue to build through the draft. But as I've said earlier, if Ryan Poles sees Caleb Williams, then he's already built this team through the depth a lot more. We're not having Ja'Tyre Carter and Larry Borum as our backup swing tackle and guard. That's already a huge win. We have a starting caliber center now. I wish it was Jackson Powers-Johnson. That's not happening now, in my opinion. That's not happening one bit. I would love it. I don't see it happening. Relax, Justin Fields will be a free agent soon, and Poles will bring him back to a stock roster. I love it. I would love to see it happen. I would absolutely love it. I don't know if Justin would do that. I don't know. Just don't know. I can see Fields winning the starting for Steelers because of his work ethic is amazing. Russell Wilson also has amazing work ethic, and they're very similar quarterbacks. Paul Newen, thank you for the super chat. Nothing on there. I'm just going to say he wants everyone to be supportive of Ryan Poles. So thank you, Paul Newen. Guys, again, I'm always going to say that. Don't feel obligated to do super chats. That's not what this channel's about, but I do appreciate the support. And no, the channel's not going away. The channel was built on bear down. This team moving forward in a purposeful direction. And my analytics of how things are now, this offseason has been the most divisive and biggest decision for quarterback that we've ever had. So that's why it's been focused around Justin Fields and his analytics. And I stand by it 100%. Justin Fields is an ascending quarterback who has every potential to be a starter in this league, and I will be shocked if he doesn't win the starting job in Pittsburgh. I really think he's special. Now, I'm pretty sure they got rid of Deontay Johnson, and their wide receiver room is just as decimated as ours is, as it was. So this really sucks for Justin Fields, but they'll do something in Pittsburgh. They'll do something. All right, let's see. Sorry, Adam, you're effed. Bears are screwed for 2 to 3. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the Bears being screwed for 2 to 3 years. If Ryan Poles made this decision and he really feels Caleb Williams is starter quality, then we're still a playoff team. I mean, we have 2 top 10 wide receivers, guys. It was the right move. Get over it. Rookie quarterback, rookie contract. That's a big part of the decision. First rounders are always risky with why Justin Fields was an easier choice. Half price, Adam on the Fields jersey. I've already got a Fields jersey. It was fun, but I will never root for the Bears again. That's not true. You're going to come around. I promise. Today's a rough day for Fields fans. I'm telling you right now, I'm not changing my decision to stream live during the draft. That's happening on that Thursday, so I'll put something out on that. I'm still going to stream live, and I'm still going to be excited no matter what. FR Martin, $5 super chat. You're worth the super chat. Just keep being you and have the same enthusiasm with the next Bears quarterback. You got it. Now, I'm going to be enthusiastic for the Bears. If it's Caleb Williams, he's got to win me over. He's got to take the step from JV Justin Fields to varsity Justin Fields and then pass Justin Fields up. But I'm not opposed to coming around to being a Caleb Williams fan. I'm a Bears fan. So, of course, I'm going to be a fan of this team. I haven't been super impressed with Caleb Williams, but Ryan Poles has. And there's a lot when you look into his scouting. I've watched every play of his tape. I'm not as impressed with his deep ball as I am with Justin Fields. Now, he can still throw a nice deep ball. He's had plenty of plays that have showed that. But I just don't see as much at the NFL level for him, and he's got to prove me wrong. and I hope he does. Williams' base is 30 touchdowns, 8 to 10 interceptions, 4,000 pass yards. With this team, he could very well do that. I don't know if that's a base, but he could very well do that in his rookie year, 100%. I'm not discounting the fact that Caleb Williams can have a playoff run year, that he can have 4,000 yards, 30 touchdowns. Not one bit. I'm not discounting that he can't do that. All right, guys, we're not going to go too much longer here. This is about going on an hour, so we're going to wrap it up here in the next couple minutes. Caleb has a better deep ball than Justin Fields from what I've seen. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. In fact, the graphic I've put up over and over again shows that Justin Fields coming out of college had a much more accurate deep ball accuracy. Caleb Williams is a quicker quarterback. That's the biggest thing with him. He's quicker. He's been a quicker quarterback. He does have a better off-platform, but I've seen Justin Fields throw too many NFL in the league off-platform throws across his body to Cole Kmet in the middle of the field to not like Justin Fields. No way Justin Fields has a great deep ball. Yeah. Caleb Williams is getting overhyped, but I would prefer Jaden Daniels. Now, I'll say this. Just because I said this draft class is overhyped and Caleb Williams has been overhyped doesn't mean he's not the best quarterback in this class. I do believe Caleb Williams is the best quarterback overall, pound for pound, for this class. I just am not hyped on this draft class overall or last year's. Since 2021, I haven't thought there's a good draft class as well as that until 2026. I really think 2026 is going to be special. I don't like it, but I'll still see you here in Arizona. Adam, bear down 100%. Still going to the Arizona game. I'm still going to the San Francisco game. Still going to go to the Colts game. Maybe more. I'd love to go to London. I just don't see that being feasible or realistic. So a couple more here we'll get to. Faulty tea leaves, Adam. I do like some of your guys' comments. Faulty tea leaves, 100%. My tea leaves were not speaking to me. They were not telling me the right things. You had me sold with your last segment on why we already had the trades figured out. Now I was sold too, guys. I really, when Robert pitched that to me and it already went along with what I was saying, I 100% was really feeling confident this morning. I'm glad it didn't drag on too much longer. I'm really glad. More than anything, I'm glad this is over with. I'm really glad this is over with. This is, someone actually just said what I was thinking. Bob Killen. Pretty sure this was the safer choice for Poles. I feel like he was forced to do this to save his job. I don't know to save his job, but it was the safer choice. If Justin Fields didn't take us to the playoffs this year with the roster he's assembling, and we committed to that fifth-year option, that $22 to $25 million, Ryan Poles would absolutely be in jeopardy. This was his defining decision as him as a GM. Delusional Fields fan. All right, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. I am a Fields fan. I don't know if I'm delusional. I'm pretty freaking spot on with him being an ascending, improving quarterback every year. Just because we traded Justin Fields doesn't mean he's not a good quarterback. Kick the can for 3 years. All right, we're going to wrap it up here in just a second, guys. I really appreciate all of you coming in here. I did want to go live. Why did I go live today? 100%. I've put a lot out there about Justin Fields in this decision. I've made my stance know that I wanted us to keep Justin Fields. The basis of this channel is bear down. I'm going to keep saying that over and over. Bear down. 100%. Moving forward with a purposeful direction. Ryan Poles has shown that today, that he is moving forward with a purposeful direction. He wants this team to be in the direction that he is choosing. And me as a Bears fan, I do put my trust in Ryan Poles. We've said that all along. Why would that change now? Just because we didn't go the direction I wanted it to? I'm a Bears fan. 100% I'm a Bears fan. I trust in Ryan Poles. So in Poles, I trust. I'm going to say that. If anybody who thinks I'm a professional scout, I'm not. I do my analytics. But Ryan Poles is a professional at the highest level. And he helped recruit and analyze and scout one of the best quarterbacks that's ever played in this league, ever, Pat Mahomes. So if he sees things in a quarterback in this draft that makes him come off a quarterback that I think he thinks very highly of, I think he absolutely thinks highly of Justin Fields. But with the opportunity presenting itself at 1-1, him thinking, I've got an opportunity to pick a guy that I do see potential in, that I can build from a rookie to be elite, to be a Hall of Fame quarterback, I'm going to take that. I'm going to put my trust in Ryan Poles, 100%. I will continue to do analytics. I will continue to keep putting content out. Like I said to you guys, I had Brian Thomas Jr. video ready to go. I'm going to have to adapt it a little bit because it was based around the fact if we trade down with Minnesota at 11 and we have all those future picks be. So my next video will probably be that one. I've got to change it. I've also got dad duty to do, so it just depends on when I get time to do that. Might not come out tonight, might come out tomorrow. That's coming out, but I will be doing some dives into Caleb Williams now. I'm going to be giving some very honest assessment opinions of Caleb Williams. That's not all bad. If you guys have watched my channels, it's not all bad on Caleb Williams. I think a lot of people from this chat alone are misconstruing what I've said about him, and I even went on the Windy City and said I would support Caleb Williams if he came here to the Bears. I would support that decision. Caleb Williams is the best prospect in this class, in my opinion. But I don't think that gap between him and Jaden Daniels and Drake May is as much as the media is hyping it up to be. And I don't think this class is as good as the 2021 or 2026 class. So I'll continue to do some of those things. Those will probably be in my next videos. I do have family things tonight and tomorrow. Probably won't be as much. I'll probably get the Brian Thomas one that I've been working on that I was done with. I was uploading it as this news broke. No, the O-line is not fixed enough, in my opinion. It's better than last year, though, and it's good enough for us to go into the season and be competitive. But I really wanted to see Jackson Powers-Johnson and another tackle. I think a tackle will be addressed at some point in this draft. I have to believe we're going to trade down with one of these picks. I have to believe we're going to trade down with 9 if we pick Caleb. If we don't pick Caleb, trading down to 2 makes complete sense to get as much milked out of the Commanders as possible. And that's the only way it's going to happen. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop following all Bears-related content for a while. It's not going to last long because Pro Day for Ohio State and USC is on the 20th. So you might say you're going to stay away. But, guys, there's so much to go over now as we get ready for the draft. There's so much to go over. If we go 1-1, no, not for sure trade down the 9 pick, because if there's a defensive end, which is a deficiency on our defense or defensive interior that they love, they could take him right there. You hate him, stop BSing, dude. Your entire X account and the post of Lucas and his POV says a lot, and here you are still doubting the Bears drafting Caleb. What? You guys are still going to hate? Go ahead and hate. I can take it. I got thick skin. Hate all you want. Bring it. I'm going to give my honest assessment of this Bears team. I'll tell you that much right now. Am I sold on the Caleb pick? Nope. But Ryan Poles is what I said I trust. And if Ryan Poles sees it, that's the decision he made today. That's the resounding message I'm making today. Ryan Poles sees something that I don't see, and I trust Ryan Poles 100%. All right, we are going to wrap it up here soon, guys. You guys are the best. This is a great fan base. Just as you guys point your fingers today at me, I'm fine. I take it. I'm good. I'll take my lumps. I'm eating crow. You guys want me to eat crow? I'll tell you right now. Eating my crow. I'm eating it. I was wrong. We did not keep Justin Fields. We didn't do it. I could be wrong about Caleb Williams, and he could be Peyton Manning. He might bring us 1. He could be Pat Mahomes. He might bring us multiple. He could be a quarterback that takes us to multiple playoffs but never wins it. Who knows? So, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Big news today. Biggest news we've had all offseason. Biggest news aside from Keenan Allen, and this is even bigger. And so what we do next, I'll have plenty of content out. I'll be right here with you guys. We're going to go through this whole thing together because we're Bears fans and we bear down. So appreciate all of you. You guys are all awesome. Keep up the positivity because we're in a great spot, guys. We're in a great spot. We are in phenomenal position to be able to continue to build this team, and Ryan Poles has made his decision. So with that, guys, until next time, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here, and